past few months, Acadiana has said goodbye to several of its longtime sheriffs. And tonight, Dee Stanley begins a special report on some of the old-time lawmen in Part 1 of The Men Who Wore the Star.
In the 1800s, in the days of Wyatt Earp, a lawman saw that justice was done in the streets at the hands of a six-gun. But death wasn't always the answer, and the old-time lawmen ran their town or parish with fear, intimidation, and power, elements that existed here in Acadiana for well over 100 years, until recently perhaps, when just as Wyatt Earp's day has come and gone, so have the days of the hardline sheriffs. Carlo Listi died this year after serving in Lafayette Parish, Elan Pete made history in Evangeline Parish, and Charles Fuselier in St. Martin. But four of the sometimes politically invincible men are still alive and well. G. Jerry Watney of Iberia Parish now runs a private security firm, and the three other men are retired. 73-year-old Elton Arsenault ran Acadia Parish for a quarter of a century. Walter Larcade held the job for 32 years before that, and I asked the sheriff if he considered himself a powerful man like the men of the 1800s.
I couldn't see that. Nothing but an old country boy. I don't consider myself a powerful man, but the people throughout the state, they always recognize the sheriff as the chief law enforcement and chief advisor of the parish.
The sheriff admits that things were done a little differently in his day. Sometimes the gunfights were replaced with a new kind of power.
Thank the good Lord, never pulled my blackjack on nobody yet.
How about your gun?
No.
You think that that had a lot to do with the respect of the sheriff's office?
You can whip a man by talking to him. Make him realize when he's making a mistake.
Chester Baudoin of St. Mary Parish was known to many, including other lawmen, as the rich sheriff. He still wears his alligator boots, and he, like Sheriff Arsenault, ran his parish. But he, too, was modest when we talked about the power of the man with the star.
I like to think that I was a public servant and that the people did depend on me.
Sheriff Baudoin and Sheriff Arsenault agree about a lot of things. Retirement isn't one of them. Just as the old-time marshals hung up the badge for a younger generation, so is Sheriff Baudoin. For Sheriff Arsenault, however, the story's a little different. His health kept him from hanging on for another 4 years, and his son Johnny lost the election to his own chief deputy, Ken Goss.
A lot of people told me this: don't feel bad because John couldn't make it, but if it had been you, you'd have made it. Now, I'm not trying to brag, but I'm just repeating words that were produced to me.
It was time to turn it over to younger people and let them carry on.
The two sheriffs we talked to today are the oldest of the retired sheriffs. In tomorrow's report, we'll talk with the baby of the bunch on his birthday, 69-year-old Sheriff Uday Delcom of Vermilion Parish. Dee Stanley, KLFY TV 10, Eyewitness News.